Hi, I'm Holly Giloth, and I am an organ recipient, and I would very much like to tell you my story today. About 8 years ago, I entered the hospital out of the back end of an ambulance. When I woke up 8 days later, I found out that my family and friends had come in from across the country to plan my funeral and say goodbye. My heart journey began when I was 49 years old with the diagnosis of a disease that would eventually end my life. It was caught during a routine physical, which was odd because I had no symptoms. Children were in college, I was very active, I had a good social life, and I was working full-time. We managed it with medication for many years, but slowly the efficiency of my pump decreased. And for me, it was like a long, slow train ride. You know, one of those locals and not an express with stops, many stops. I got an ICD, a mitral valve repair, and finally the diagnosis of end-stage heart failure. I was hospitalized for 3 months, and while I was waiting to receive my heart, my family and friends would come and visit. I was cleaning not long ago and found a note from my grandson, who at the time was probably 3, maybe 4 years old. And he wanted to write me a note. Of course, he couldn't write, but we had crayons and he was drawing. And he told his mom what he was going to say. And they left it on my tray. And I opened it up after they left. And it said, "Dear Grammy, I'm sorry you're sick. Hope you don't die." As only a 3 or 4-year-old would. 8 years ago, I received the gift of life, my heart transplant, and my own personal miracle. It gave me life. It changed my life. And I think of it as my bonus round, or my Act 3. I'm still here, and my new life has afforded me so many opportunities. I had the opportunity to retire. I've spent time, quality time with close family and friends. I welcomed a new grandchild, a granddaughter, whom I've had the privilege for the last 8 years of watching grow up and being a part of her life as well. I've traveled here and abroad, and I have found a way to give back through volunteering and networking. I share my experiences with women who are walking the same path as I have. Every transplant needs a donor, and I would like to introduce you to mine with a passage from a letter that his mother wrote me. Dear Holly, my name is Janet, and I am the mother of Brian, your heart donor. While this year has been very difficult, it has given my family and me great pleasure knowing that Brian is alive and well through you. Not only is he continuing to live life, but he has given you and your family a second chance of making memories, which is exactly what Brian would have wanted. He was always a man full of life. He never ever met a stranger and always looked out for the next person. He was a total giver, which made our decision as a family to donate his organs very easy, because Brian would have said yes before you even finished asking the question. I mean, if you asked for $1 and it was his very last, he would not have hesitated to give it to you. He had a contagious smile that never stopped, and we would always tease him about how his face must have hurt. He was a huge cheesehead, which is a Green Bay Packers fan. On any given day, you'd see Brian wearing their colors and cheering with great excitement when they won. Her last paragraph reads, "While you embrace your new life, your new heart, just know that we too are embracing your new life with Brian's heart. Even though we are mourning the loss of Brian, we can only thank you for giving us confirmation that he is still very much alive. And we are so very grateful for that." I am thankful every day for my gift and filled with gratitude for Brian and his wonderful family, and do my best to honor them. And I am also filled with tremendous gratitude for you and the work that you do every day. Taking care of critically ill patients and their families is very difficult work. I was in the hospital for 3 months, and it was people like you who took care of me, lifting my spirits and impacting my life and my family with your compassionate care. The work you do is so, so important. You make a difference and are appreciated more than you will ever know. Thank you.